Sup. My name is Ray for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council, and this is the last of the Clash of Rebellion spoilers. Thank hallelujah, so I can actually start doing the single videos I've been wanting to do so badly, trying to get it out to you guys, but I can't because it keeps coming. Mythic Shell Dragon, Vanilla, 2000 attack, doesn't do nothing. It's pretty cool. It's a worm. It's pretty cool. And then if I skip something, that means we went over it in the last video. Just clarifying. Super Heavyweight Samurai Timer 2, and its effect reads: when your opponent's monster declares attack while you have no spells or traps in your graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Target one Super Heavyweight Samurai monster you control, switch the attack target to that monster, and enter damage calculations. Ooh. And once returned, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you could switch the attack to this card and enter damage calculations. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. I don't know too much about the deck, but kind of seems like the deck just does not run on spells and traps. Kind of sucks. And then, hey, look, it's another one of those fairies that Ryu can't stand, that they have that lock. Well, this is the diva, and she wants to sing for you, apparently. If this card is special summon while you control a Melodois, I can't even say it right. It's too early. Monster, you can add one polymerization from your graveyard or deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as fusion material, you can target one of the theme monsters. It loses 500 attack, and if it does, you inflict 500 to your opponent. Not bad. I have that is just the funniest freaking artwork I've seen to date. This is Raid Raptor singing Lannis, I believe Lannis. Level 4 Dark, 100 attack, 100 defense. You can only special summon this with its own effect. Once per turn, if you control an exceed monster, you can special this card from your hand. I like it because it just keeps him spamming. That's pretty much about it. He's funny looking. He really is just funny looking. Funny little fucker. And then we have Entermate Hat Tricker. If there were 2 or more monsters on the field, you can special this card. Oh, wait, we talked about this yesterday. I'm going to skip them. Sorry, I'm skipping them. I'm an asshole because we went over it. This is Jar of Candles, I want to call it, but it's actually a Roma jar. And after being flipped face up, this face up card cannot be short of battle. And after being flipped face up during each end phase, if this card's face up, you gain 500 life points. Hooray for gaining life points that just don't matter as much anymore. I say this was the monster yesterday. I didn't know what the hell it was. It's called Counter Attacking C. Its effect reads: during either player's turn, when an opponent activates a spell effect that includes that of special summon a monster or monsters, you special this card from your hand. The second effect reads: if this card was summoned by this way, by the first effect, then any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead while this card's face up. Hey, Soul Charge, Monster Reborn, everything like that. Whoop, drop. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Earth Insect type monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck, except Counter Attacking C. I'm not a big fan of Counter Attacking C. This just doesn't do enough for my taste. We went over that card yesterday. We did not go over this. This is a Lone Reinforcement. You can target one face-up monster on the field. It gains 1500 attack at the end phase. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing with that, but yeah. And then we have Wrongful Arrest, which there's no picture of, but it's number 65. So it's in the base. It's in the core of the set. And into the end phase of your next turn, players cannot add cards from their deck to the hand. We went over that yesterday too, sorry. But we actually got the name for it, so that was pretty cool. This was the thing I went over yesterday. In fact, it was confirmed. Now, this is an interesting freaking, trap card. Field spell cards. I've never seen a field spell card like this. In my 15 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never seen a field spell like this. It's called Chicken Race. And the player with lower life points than their opponent takes no damage. Once per turn, during either player's main phase, now this works for both players, the turn player can play 1000 life points and then activate one of these effects. Draw one card, destroy this card, your opponent gains 1000. Cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this card's activation. That's kind of funny. Honestly, I think Malefics would get the best use out of this because it speeds them up. But I don't know. Maybe again there's something I'm not seeing here. It just seems like a weird field spell card that can help out a lot of decks. Hell, I'm very, very tempted to play this in Blue Eyes, but I don't know. It's kind of tempted. Brilliant Spark. You can only activate one Brilliant Spark per turn. If a Gem Knight monster you control is destroyed by your opponent by battle or card effect, Target that destroyed monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original monster's attack. Hey, look, it's a Ring of Destruction. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can send one Gem Knight card from your hand to the graveyard, add this card to your hand. That's fucking nasty, because you're just like burning your opponent to death. Now, this was the Aromage, just want to get that right, Aromage card from yesterday. Now, the actual name is Rejuvenating Wind, and it has two effects. The first effect is you can pay 1,000 life points, add one Aroma monster from your deck to your hand, and the second effect reads, if you have less life points than your opponent, you can gain 500. So it is very, very useful for the archetype, just not sure how many people will pretty much use, maybe 3. And then we have Rejuvenating Wind, which is another Aromage card, and basically, you can only use the effect of Harmful Wind. Oh, wait, Harmful Wind? Or, I just want to get the name right. Oh, wait, no, that's a different one. Okay. Rejuvenating Wind, number 74, so it's not the card below the picture. You can use the effect. We don't have a picture for it. You can only use the effect of Rejuvenating Wind once per turn. You can pay 1,000 life points, add one Aroma monster. Oh, that's the one above. Sorry, I lost my place. Harmful Wind is this one above here, the number 75 of the set. You can only use the effect of Harmful Wind once per turn. If you gain life points, target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. If you control an Aroma monster while your life points are at least 3,000 higher than your opponent's life points, you pay the difference in life points and destroy any number of monsters your opponent controls whose combined attack is less than or equal to the amount paid. Oh my god. The Air Force, which is like the new Mirror Force that returns everything, it's confirmed super rare for Japan. It is in the set. It's number 76, so we are going to see that. So that's interesting as hell. Judgment Scales is a very interesting trap card. You can only activate one per turn. And if there are more cards on your opponent's side of the field than you have on your field in your hand combined, you can draw an amount of cards to equal out the difference. That is pretty freaking interesting, to say the least. Then we have Extra Buck, which is each time a card is added to your extra deck, you place a spell counter on it, and then with 3 counters, you could draw 2 cards. So lots of draw power stuff in this set, and confirmation on this guy's effect is not to search out any light or dark. It's to search out light or dark that's level 7, and none higher, none lower. Kind of sucks. I'm mad. Then we got this one here, which this guy right here is OCG only. You can tell because anything 81 and above is OCG World Premiere, which means it's going to be about a year before we get him. So this is the Wicked Machine Arc Machina, and when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon one neural monster from your hand or graveyard. Now, he's only got 100 attack, so I'm not too keen on how the hell he's going to pull that one off, but hey, it's interesting to say the least. The Lightsworn, again, both Lightsworn cards are OCG exclusive, just confirming that. And then we have this, which I'm not sure what the hell this is. Oh, look, it's another Yugioh card. But unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, both Yugioh cards are OCG exclusive as well. So it's going to be a while before we get it. But this is an anchor. He goes under the sea and does stuff. During your main phase, you can change this card to face down defense position. You can only use the effect once per turn. If this is flip face up, you can destroy a number of monsters on the field up to the number of other Yugiohs you control. That's actually really good. Because I think I don't know if they have the back row hate. I don't really think Yugiohs have back row hate in a monster form. I may be wrong, but I don't remember them having it. Maybe they do with one of them. But the monster hate, that's pretty nifty. 1,800 attack, that's also really good. 500 defense, kind of sucks. But you know what? Doesn't really matter. Again, Yugioh Change, which is a card we talked about yesterday, which is pretty much just like instant exceed. It's only OCG for a year. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. This guy, too, is OCG exclusive. And then this one's OCG exclusive and OCG exclusive. They get all the cool shit. We only have like 2 more cards to go over, which, I'm sorry, wait, we have 1 more to go over. That's the Solemn that I was talking about a little bit earlier, which is the, I don't even think we talked about it. Anyway, it's going to get its own video. So, the Itachi card, Giant Weasel Explosion, and that's what my mouse is over right now. It's got the weasel on it. If the combined attack of all face-up monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, your opponent shuffles all face-up monsters they control into the deck until the combined attack of all face-up monsters they control is less than equal to your life points. Very interesting trap cards in the set so far. The rest of it, links down below. The rest of it is just pretty much what I just covered. Just more of it. Oh, that's the new Solomon card. That's the one I want to go over real quick. That's Judgment Scales. You can only activate once per turn, and that's the if your opponent has more cards. Basically, it's a reverse effect of Exciton Knight, except that you draw cards, not blow shit up. So just keep that in mind. So it is pretty freaking cool that we are getting a lot of draw power stuff to, I guess, help even out the game. It's a very interesting set, to say the least. But anyway, now that we have all the spoilers, I'm going to start covering card by card by card leading up to the next set. So anyway, I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.